What we buy and the way we buy it is changing. Every day, millions of tons of essential goods crisscross the UK, making their way directly to our homes.
Hello, who's that?
Oh, this could be a problem.
More and more, we're relying on a hidden army to keep us supplied and alive.
Is this the worst part of your job, reversing?
Yeah.
I'd hate this, trying to back one of these things out. Cool. Right, you lead the way.
Now I'm going to join those workers on the front line.
97 marbles left to make, Don.
How many? Put it on the conveyor belt, yeah?
No.
Oh, you dirty
From some of the most famous companies in Britain. And I'll be finding out the answers to all your consumer questions.
Take photos, collect up evidence and get in touch with the retailers.
About our best loved products as I follow their journey from the factory floor
You're going to get hurt.
Oh, no, I've broke it, look.
to our front doors.
Morning.
Morning.
Oh, crikey, almost dropped it.
It's a very happy customer. As we take a look at this newfound respect for those who provide a lifeline for all of us across Britain. Ship happy.
We now spend around £1 billion a week on online deliveries. And today, I'm going to open the doors on the people that make it happen day in, day out. And we've gone to the biggest, to a company that employs around 1 million staff and takes 67 orders per second. You guessed it, Amazon.
The company hardly makes any products itself. This global giant sells millions of items on behalf of thousands of independent manufacturers and delivers them to its customers in as little as 2 hours in some parts of the country. But don't worry, I'll be investigating every bit of it.
I'm going to show you right from the start exactly how online deliveries work.
I'll show you the biggest warehouse you've ever seen, which is ruled by an army of robots.
Now, I heard about this, but I've never actually seen it. It looks absolutely fascinating.
I'll be on the case, finding out the secrets of the delivery drivers and quickly realising why I would be a useless one.
Is it this block of flats?
I don't think it's this one.
You'll be getting lots of advice on how to shop safely online and your rights when things go wrong.
If a product arrives and it doesn't meet your expectations, you've got 14 days to reject that product. So in these cases, I would be packing them up and sending them back.
And I'm rediscovering a life before online deliveries and how we used to shop.
Children would use it before Christmas to tick off what they might want for Christmas as a list.
Now, to truly understand how the delivery system works, I've bought a product online and I'm going to follow my order every step of the way.
And for that, I've come all the way to Sheffield because I've ordered some glasses. No, not the prescription type, the ones you drink from. And I want them delivered in 48 hours, in time for a drinks with my girlfriend on Friday night.
Now I need to find out how it all starts, and for that I'm visiting English Pewter, where I'm meeting factory supervisor Jason.
Hey, Jason. Good to meet you.
Good
right?
to meet you too.
Now, you know I've ordered some champagne flutes for my missus.
I do, yes.
She's very scary if things don't arrive in one piece, trust me.
Well, let me assure you, we'll get it right.
If you fail, I'm going to give you your phone number. Is that on?
That's on.
Right, come on then, show me the way. There's a delivery van due in about an hour's time, and it has to be filled with 1,500 fragile items like this.
The glass I've ordered will be personalised with a pewter initial. After being moulded, Jessie here bashes it with a hammer so it will fit snugly onto the curved glass. Then it's time to add the glue.
Is that a regular glue or special glue?
It's a special glue I can't talk about.
Oh, OK, secret glue. Is it all right if I have a go?
Yep, I've got a K here for you.
Lovely, okie doke. Make sure the K's the right way up.
Yep.
That would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
upside down. Right, dollop of glue?
Yeah, just this.
Just a little bit, yeah?
And just hold it in place on the centre of the glass.
I'll tell you what, you made it look easy. But it's moving about a lot.
After about 5 minutes, the glue is dry.
So that's on there, yep.
The glass is bubble wrapped to keep it safe during the long delivery journey and put in a velvet bag.
Into the box. OK. Lid on. There you go. That's my glass in there with K on it. Let's see if it makes it to the other end. OK, I'm going to put all my faith in the delivery company now.
My glass joins others in a packing box. Jessie adds a tracking label. We're going to see just how important these are to an efficient delivery system later on.
Let me have a little look at that label. Without that, it's going to be a brown box in the back of a van which could end up anywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks ever so much, Jess. Appreciate it. This fragile box has still got a long way to go yet because it's got to wind its way to Bristol, and that's 200 miles away.
The van has turned up, ready to whisk my glasses off.
Don't forget my precious little one there.
We'll look after that for you, Dom. Don't worry.
Right.
Good to go.
Now, that's the glasses en route, but I'm not allowed to travel with them, so I'm going to make my own way over to Bristol and pick up the trail.
As the sun goes down, our glassware begins its 3-hour journey to Bristol, where the online retailer will take over responsibility of getting the glasses to my front door. It's a new day, and I can't wait to get inside this truly monstrous building. In fact, it's so big, it even has its own motorway junction.
Our glasses have arrived, hopefully intact and ready to embark on an epic journey through this place, the Bristol Fulfilment Centre.
Which is basically the biggest warehouse you've ever seen. Its area is 500,000 square feet.
Morning.
Hiya.
Hello, I'm the new boy here, Dominic.
Hi, I'm Cynthia.
Hello, Cynthia. I've got to check this parcel in. What do I do?
Yeah, you could just jump on the next station right next to me.
OK.
Cynthia's job is to book incoming products like my glasses into the warehouse by scanning the barcode and putting them onto the conveyor.
And how does that label system work?
So basically, every label has virtually the amount of items that are inside.
Have these items all been ordered by somebody online, or are some of them for stock?
So these items technically aren't ordered already, we're just stocking them up.
Have you got any idea how many items you check in every day?
Oh, I've got no clue.
I didn't expect you to have.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
In fact, thousands of boxes of stock are checked in every day. And this warehouse holds several million products. Scan the boxes of glasses, take a plastic container, it's called a tote by the way.
Then what?
Only a numpty could get this wrong.
Put it on the conveyor belt, yeah?
No.
What?
Now, you're supposed to put it on here and then slide it in, and it's
right,
going to
okay.
go down itself.
Crikey, simple job like that, checking it in, and I almost made a complete and utter mess of it. Something must go wrong occasionally. What happens?
We've got problem solvers on here, like right next to the stations, in case anything goes wrong or we get items that are not supposed to come in.
And what's the worst thing that's happened?
Either the case label on the box, it doesn't work, or that's not the item that's supposed to be in there, like someone has messed it up before us.
This must be quite tiring, you know, doing this all the time. So tell me about your working hours.
Here in particular, we work 10 hours. At first, for the first few months, it's definitely going to be tiring until you get used to it, but I'm already in the routine. We work 4 days a week instead of 5. I'm perfectly fine with it. I actually prefer it because then you have an extra day off, so you can do more of the stuff you need to do while you're off.
Yep.
Well, Cynthia certainly seems happy. Now from here, my box of glasses disappears into a maze of conveyor belts, a bit like the ones you might see at an airport when you're off on your holiday.
There are literally tens of miles of conveyors here on different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can't even tell how many. And for a package like mine, it's in this system somewhere, I'm never going to spot it.
Luckily, I don't have to, because the conveyor belt spaghetti junction will have delivered them to the next stage, where products like my glasses are taken out of the box they arrive in. Now they're ready to go into the stock room, but I bet you've never seen one like this. Bring on the robots.
Now, I heard about this, but I've never actually seen it. There are scores of robots there, all automated.
2,000 of them as it happens. This army of high-tech helpers carry millions of items around an area the size of 7 football pitches. And you know what? They never bump into each other.
It looks absolutely fascinating.
Despite this technology, items have to be put onto the robot shelves by actual human beings called stowers. The products arrive in a plastic tote box, but then a computerised system works everything out for them. Valentine here wastes no time walking back and forth to the stockroom, because the stockroom comes to him.
So the first and the most important thing is that all the items are different sizes. And we have 6 inches, 9 inches, 11 inches, 14 inches, 18.5 inches.
Grouping items into set sizes means the system knows the best shelf to store them on. Apparently, the robotic system allows for 50% more items to be stored, and you can't argue with that.
And the thing is, you don't have to walk yourself. The work is coming to you, so you don't have to go to the work is coming to you.
Other than just, a couple of steps, you're not getting any exercise, are you?
It's okay. So in between the scannings, let's say after 2 hours, there is exercise coming up on the screen. So you can do some exercises. You can stretch yourself a little bit. You can take a breath. Yeah, you can take a breath. It comes up on the screen. You can take a breath and you can continue.
As well as keeping an eye on his health, the system tells Valentine when he's about to put something on the wrong shelf.
I want to take the same item.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to stow it, right? And it comes up a message on the screen that we are not allowed to stow it there.
So what is a really complicated system has been so simplified.
Absolutely.
You would find it almost impossible to make a mistake.
Yes, yes.
I'd love to have a go myself. Is that possible?
Yes, of course, yes.
Time to test how foolproof the system really is.
So let's go with this one. So I'll give it a scan. It's counting me. Right. Oh, what size is it? What size is it? So I've got to go with an 11. Hang on, give me a second. I'm going to try this one.
Oh dear, computer says no.
Try that one.
You need to put it first. Put it first.
Oh, OK,
Yeah.
right. So I've got to put it in there first.
The camera sees you, so you're already done.
So that one's done.
Done, yeah.
This thing looks like it's full up.
Yes, so you can change it, release it, and get another one.
OK, just by
Yeah.
touching that, yeah?
Yes.
Go on, Bennett, I tell you what. I've only got to move about 2 feet. Everything's happening for me. It's even telling me that I've got to use 2 hands. I suppose so you don't strain yourself. If it's that clever, it will know that I'm thirsty and I want a cup of coffee. Having a tea break.
So how did the story of the world's most famous online retailer begin? Well, it was founded in 1994 in the garage of a small-time American businessman, Jeff Bezos. The company started as a book retailer on a relatively new thing called the internet. 4 years later, its founder was a billionaire. Today, it delivers to over 250 million customers across the globe. And as I'm sure you know, Mr. Bezos is the richest man in the world. As this massive warehouse shows, online sales are big business. But how can we be sure the websites we're visiting are genuine? And what are our rights when things go wrong? I've asked online expert Alex Neal from the customer complaint service Resolver to give us the lowdown.
With so many of us now shopping online, we have to be really careful of the pitfalls, because there are pitfalls, and I get to see so many of these week after week. This is an example that I see a lot, where products arrive and they're a lot smaller than people expect. Now, it's quite amusing when you see it on social media, but when it happens to you, it's not that funny. So you really do need to be careful to check the description. If there isn't a description around the size, that's a red flag to me, and have a look and see if any other customers have commented about the product not being what they expected. The next issue that we see a lot is where the product is fundamentally different to the one that you thought you were buying online. So it may be a different colour, it may be a different size, it may be a completely different shape. If a product arrives and it doesn't meet your expectations, you've got 14 days to reject that product. So in these cases, I would be packing them up and sending them back. Now, with items like swimwear, you need to be aware that the 14-day rule doesn't apply for hygiene reasons, so you can't just decide that you don't like it and send it back. However, if that product is faulty, you are able to send it back and get your money back for the item and for the delivery costs. There are other exceptions to the 14-day rule, and that includes flowers. However, if you're not satisfied with the quality of the product, you should still get in touch with who you bought them from to let them know that you're unhappy. I would take photos, collect up evidence, and get in touch with the retailer to explain why you think you deserve a refund or a replacement. Here are my top tips for shopping online. When you're on websites, if you've never shopped there before or have never heard of the brand, I would go and look for some other reviews from other customers to see what their experiences have been, just to check that it is a genuine site. Be really careful when you're buying from websites that are not based in the UK. There are some issues here in terms of the consumer protections and rights that you have when you're using these sites. It's not the same as in the UK. Often the delivery charges can be more expensive and it can be a real hassle to return those products. If the item is in a foreign currency, you may get charged more and you need to watch out for being whacked by charges from your bank. Check the small print. It's really important that you really look at the description of the product that you're buying to make sure that it matches your expectations. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. How easy is it to get that delivery? How long is it going to take? And if you have a problem, how would you return it? So are there details on the website of how to get in touch with the firm? In general, when you've got a problem with a product you've bought, you should act fast. So don't hang around. Make sure that you get in touch with the provider straight away and give them all the evidence you have that backs up why you think the product you've got is not of a satisfactory quality. If you don't get any joy from them, then try and get others involved. So say if you bought from a marketplace like eBay, or you've used something like PayPal, they have dispute processes that you can follow. And if you've paid by credit or debit card, get in touch with your bank because they can often help you to get your money back.
Back in the Bristol warehouse, I'm feeling refreshed, but I've still not found the glasses I've ordered. I'll just have to distract myself with a visit to the centre of the action.
Hi, Neil. You all right?
Tom.
This looks amazing. What's going on?
This is kind of like the nerve centre of the building. So
Yeah.
this is what we call the flow room. So these guys are really monitoring all of the moving equipment that we've got, all of this 16 kilometres of conveyance. They're making sure that everything is moving, there's no blockages, there's no stoppages.
This is a flight control centre for thousands of items being delivered every day.
Exactly.
Has it ever gone wrong on you? Badly?
Occasionally we see things that happen. It might be that a product falls out of a pod on the floor and it causes a blockage for a robot. I mean, we've got some really cool tech there that you should go and see while you're here.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And I don't have to wait long because an alarm's gone off, signalling that an item has fallen off one of the robot shelves. Could it be my glasses? I need to get over there and check they aren't smashed to bits.
You must be Phil. I've heard there's a problem in there and you're the man who can sort it out. You're very important around here, I hear.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of amnesty on the floor, which is items that have fallen out of pods.
Okay.
So what I need to do is go out onto the floor and just retrieve it from the floor. So,
Well, that's got to be like running the gauntlet in there, isn't it?
well, luckily I've got this safety vest, which the drives are able to detect.
Being hit by one of those fast-moving robots wouldn't be fun. But Phil's vest gives out a signal so the robot shelves know where he is.
What, so that stops a robot from hitting you?
It stops the robot from hitting me, and it slows down the other robots in the area as well.
Okay.
Still, he's not taking any chances. So Phil plots the route he'll take to rescue the package on a tablet.
Are you sure you're not playing Pac-Man on there?
So here we are, I've drawn my path.
Yeah.
And this now basically tells the drives that I'm going to walk this loop.
So it's almost impossible to be hit by a moving robot.
It is impossible if everybody follows the rules that we are set and follows the training and procedures. It is impossible. time.
You don't know. You don't know. This technology is advancing quicker than you and me. There might be a rogue one in there having a bad day.
Yeah, you never know. I'm going to activate my vest.
Yeah.
Head on out.
Good luck, Phil. I'll be
Tom.
watching over you. Make sure you're safe. With millions of items going in and out of these shelves, which are constantly moving about, even a robot will sometimes drop the ball. I just hope it isn't my glasses. Is that the rogue item?
This is the item. This is the one that was causing us the problem.
All that hassle for a packet of washing powder, eh? And with it out of the way, the robot shelves can deliver my glasses to a worker called a picker. When an online order comes in, the picker takes the correct item off the robot shelf and sends it to the packaging department, which is where I'm heading now. Hi, are you Alison?
I am. Hi,
Dominic,
Dom,
nice to meet you.
You all right?
Alison's job is to assemble the delivery boxes and package the items.
Everybody's had a delivery at some point in their life like this.
Yep.
Sometimes you get a tiny little item in a big box with loads of packing. How does that work? How do you know which box to use for which item?
So we grab an item, you scan it, and the system tells you what either box or envelope or bag it needs to go into.
No guesswork at all?
There's no guesswork at all, thankfully. That would make my job very hard.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think I could do this?
Go on, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
I'll swap places.
Okay.
Okay. Take an item and scan it underneath.
EO.
So your EO is just above the scanner.
Oh, look.
There we go.
You didn't do that deliberately, did you? Catch me off guard.
So you want to do this bit first, which has got the arrows on, because that's the bottom of your box. So you want to make the bottom of the box.
this bit?
That's the top bit. There we go.
So.
And then you go, that's it, perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Hit
you
that.
need, what colour?
What?
You need to know what colour. So
Oh.
you need, EO is a,
So I need a black one.
perfect, brilliant.
There's two black ones.
That one, you can either one.
That one.
Yeah, press. There you go.
It even measures out the right amount of tape.
It does, brilliant.
Okay.
Perfect.
So,
if there's any space either side of the item, you might need a little bit of dunnage.
That's packaging to you and me. I have to say, it looks like a giant loo roll.
Lovely,
Yeah.
great. And then both sides down, and then you're going to do another piece of black.
it doesn't really allow you to make many mistakes, does it?
No, I mean, the good thing is it gives you all the guidelines,
Yeah.
but you just have to make sure it's really secure, which that is. Brilliant.
So now I stick one of those on.
There you go.
This barcode means that the next department can identify the customer and add the postal address label.
And
Perfect.
throw it on the conveyor belt, yeah?
Yep. You did very well.
Where do I go now?
So that's going to go all the way through to shipping. So if you head on over that way, you'll maybe pick it up over there.
Superb. Thanks, Alison.
Welcome.
It's amazing how much we've become a nation of online shoppers, which got me wondering, how on earth did we cope before the invention of the World Wide Web? Way before the internet changed everything, catalogues were a popular way to shop. In Scotland, there's one man who doesn't just remember catalogues, he's collected them, lots of them. In fact, he owns every Argos catalogue that has ever been printed.
Probably it is the only collection in the world. Got about 95 to 100 catalogues.
His name is Lee Sparks, and he also happens to be Professor of Retail Studies at the University of Stirling. Once upon a time, catalogues were the alternative to shopping in a store. You could browse the pages at home, then phone or post your order. You could even hand it to your local catalogue representative when they came to your front door. Yes, people once did the job that computers now do with a couple of clicks. Mail-order catalogues date back to the end of the 19th century. The first was issued by a company called Kays of Worcester. By the 1930s, catalogues had become popular and Freeman's dominated the market. Then in 1972, a new company set up, which had a shop you could visit, but you couldn't take any products off their shelf. Instead, you had to find them in a catalogue.
Argos started off with the catalogues in 1973, 1974, and they produce about 2 a year. The print run of the catalogue, certainly in the early 2000s, was the largest in Europe, and 20 million households in the UK would have had a catalogue. It is a unique window on a world of a particular time. And what the products within the catalogue tell us is about what consumers are interested in, what the prices were like, what the brands they were purchasing were. So it is a record of consumption that we really don't have in any other source.
But how did this catalogue become such an important part of our social history? The first editions came out in the 1970s, a time of high inflation where the price of products was very important to consumers. But the single biggest reason for success was convenience.
The fact that you've got the catalogue at home, people use it as a reference book. Children would use it before Christmas to tick off what they might want for Christmas as a list.
Yes, I remember. Would it be an orange space hopper or a Rubik's Cube? Decisions, decisions. But we don't just get an insight into what it was like to be a child in these decades. There's plenty to tell us how Mum and Dad lived and shopped too.
And if we take a very simple product such as an iron, we see there's 9 irons in the entire catalogue. They're very simple, very cheap.
How had things moved on by the 80s, Lee?
So we see travel irons, dry irons, steam irons, and here we've got 3 pages of product. A bit of product development, but still fairly standard product. We have 15 pages of irons. We need a guide to what irons actually are in terms of steam generation, but also the colour, so you're colour coordinating your iron at home, and consequently a big increase in the range of prices as well. These now are really quite sophisticated technological products that show a technological advance, but also show what consumers are demanding at the same time.
In 2020, the company produced the very last paper catalogue, marking the end of an era that spans nearly half a century. While most of us no longer use catalogues, recent events have shown that we still want the convenience of shopping from home.
If we think about the pandemic that we've all been living through, then clearly the ability to shop on the internet, the ability to get home delivery in a range of different ways has been absolutely vital in terms of supplying products to consumers.
Now, back at the warehouse, I'm still on the trail of my glasses.
I feel like I'm on a sponsored walk in this factory. All I'm ever doing is walking.
What I do know is that somewhere in this complicated system, my glass will have been packaged and labelled with my address. Next, they'll go to the shipping department, where workers like Rob sort parcels into large cages, which will be sent out to local delivery hubs.
Hiya.
Hello.
You Rob?
I am. How are you?
Rob, Dominic, I'm good, thanks.
Nice
Yourself?
to meet you. Yeah, good, thank you.
Well, actually, to be honest, I'm a bit worn out. Right, what's happening now?
So all of these shipments here, they've got the customer addresses on, and we need to make sure they go into the right containers. So these containers can then go into the lorry and go to the right delivery stations for our customers.
Have you had a letter or parcel go missing in the post? I know I have. Surely that can happen here too.
I mean, there's scores of these bins here. What would happen if you weren't thinking straight? You scan that, you're meant to put it in that one, but you accidentally put it in that one.
So if I scan this one, it tells me it's supposed to go into this container, but if I accidentally scan this one, it makes an error noise.
Right, so it doesn't allow you to put it into the wrong container.
Yeah.
So the barcode should make sure my glasses don't get lost. But that's not the only thing I'm worried about.
What would happen if you dropped that and you heard it shatter? Would you try and get away with it and throw it in a bin, or would you actually put your hands up and say, you know...
Put my hands up. Honesty is the best policy, probably.
Now, I'm going to be delivering some of those packages to people locally in Bristol. So what do I need to do and where do I need to go?
You need to go to our Bristol delivery station, which is not far from here, just a few minutes away. It's a very early start, so I'd recommend going home, getting some rest and laying off the beers.
No partying for me tonight, eh?
Not tonight, no.
Rob loads the cages of parcels into lorries that will be driven across the country to local delivery centres. As for me, I'm taking his advice, getting an early night.
Thanks, Rob. Have a good day, mate.
Thank you for coming. Cheers.
It's delivery day, And as predicted, I'm up at the crack of dawn to report for duty at the Bristol Delivery Centre.
We're almost there. This is the penultimate stage of the delivery process where the packages get handed over to a driver. All I've got to do is to find someone to show me around. And this place is massive. Excuse me.
I've got to admit it, I've lost track of me glasses. I've just got to trust the high-tech system to get them to my house by the weekend. But to understand the rest of their journey, I'm following a load of other packages that are going to be delivered locally in Bristol. This is shift manager Caitlin. Her job is to oversee the parcels which arrive from the warehouse and are then sorted and given to the relevant delivery vans.
There's a fair old weight in here, isn't there?
Yeah, they can get really heavy.
What's the worst ones? Because obviously you don't know what's in them, do you?
No, but if you've got pet food, quite often it's not in a box. So if you've got one of these full of pet foods, it can weigh a lot.
Yeah, I've been following a box that's got some champagne flutes in it. And they've got into the system somewhere. I haven't got a clue where they are now. But I've realised how complex it is.
Yeah, it's extremely complex.
There seems to be a lot more humans and a lot less machines around. And that's not all I spot.
I noticed some of the boxes have accidentally opened.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
So they'll go down the belt. Quite a lot of them still have the sticky tab,
Yep.
so we can just push them shut. But some of them we have a problem solve area where if they need a repacking, a little bit of extra love,
Yeah.
we'll give it to them before they go out.
Are they ever damaged enough that the labels have come off?
Yeah, so luckily it's one in probably 100,000. We have the ability to print the labels here, but we will sometimes get a parcel where we have no idea where it's come from, no idea where it's going. So we'll have to do a proper deep dive into what's in that parcel and then how to get it to the customer.
Wow, that's got to really slow things up.
The incoming parcels get their barcode scanned and given a label so they can be grouped into delivery areas.
The parcels, they've been put onto the cage at the end. Radu here is just taking those parcels off and he's putting them into the exact bag that they're supposed to be in.
Large items like the dreaded dog food, for example, will get loaded into a cage ready to be transferred to the delivery van that will be covering that area. The smaller items are handled by workers like Radu. He scans the barcode and then he's told which bag to put it in by the tablet on his wrist.
If they're all going out from Bristol, why don't you just throw those all in one big bag? Why do you have these little ones?
The computer is very, very clever. Each one of these is an area or a postcode, depending on the size of the postcode.
Right.
So you'll find that all of the parcels in this bag are all going to the same area.
Got you.
So the driver will have multiple bags in his route, and what he'll do is his device will tell him which bag to go to next, and he will deliver all the parcels in that bag before going to the next bag.
Now it sort of comes to the end of the line, and it really does boil down to, you know, a human being unloading them and putting them into the correct bags, yeah? So at this point, the whole process could technically crumble, couldn't it? You know, if he puts it out in the wrong bag, the system's all collapsed, is that correct?
Very true. The device on his wrist will make a horrible noise if he puts it in the wrong place, but sometimes we do still get mistakes, yeah.
Have I found a weakness in the system?
We're able to see on our computer system how many are in the wrong bags, and what we do is we'll send a couple of associates to try and find them, because the more that we can fix before the drivers go out on the road, the better and the easier they are to find.
Despite all the safety checks, parcels do sometimes go missing. But you show me an online retailer who hasn't lost a parcel or two.
Righto, Caitlin, what's happening now?
So what's happening now is the associates are going to come round and grab the bags.
Yes.
They're going to put them onto the cage and they will put them ready for the drivers at the front. So our drivers' bags are just on the belt over, so we can go find them now.
Lead the way.
Let's go. So here we have the driver's cage.
Yep.
So normally the driver would come and he'd pick it up from this lane.
Yep.
But for today, we'll take it to him.
And we means me. Just in time for the delivery vans which arrive like clockwork. Yes, these cages are just one day of deliveries to Bristol. And across the UK, thousands of vans head out every single day.
And it's raining. Raining. Phew.
I'm going to be following delivery driver Alex.
That's got to be one of the cleanest vans I've ever seen, Alex.
Hey, it's a good one.
So the first to be delivered are at the front and the last to be delivered are at the back. which of course ensures speed and efficiency. Well, the best ideas are often the simplest.
Now, I'm not allowed to travel with Alex, so you crack on, go ahead. I'll take the trolley back for you and I'll meet you en route, yeah?
Brilliant, I'll catch you en route.
Thanks, Alex. Ta-da, mate.
This is it. Delivery time. I'm nearly at the end of my journey, and this time tomorrow, my glasses should be arriving at my house. But what does Alex think of being a delivery driver for the world's biggest online retailer?
I was just wondering how your day's looking.
I had a little look at my route earlier. It looks quite nice, to be honest. It's going to be a good day, I think.
Good. Does it tell you exactly how many parcels you've got?
It does, yeah. I've only got 100 parcels to deliver today.
That sounds quite a lot to me.
100 parcels, that's a quiet day, I'd say. A normal route, you're looking at over 200 parcels sometimes nearing up to 300 on the busy periods, like running up to Christmas and whatnot.
And as far as your delivery area is concerned, how wide does it go?
Not too wide. Usually it sticks to kind of one area, so you're not really travelling too far between stops.
And what's the biggest problems you have? Is it traffic wardens?
Nah, usually they stay out of the way, but I try not to park anywhere that I shouldn't.
You're about to say that. You want to see the ones in my area. They park anywhere.
Yeah, I've seen my fair share of them as well.
Yeah, and I bet if we weren't here, you'd be doing the same, Alex. Come on, don't give me any of those porcupines.
A few minutes later, we arrive at the first delivery location.
Right, so here is just one package. So what we've got to do first is find the bag that we're in. And on here I've got the number 4336, that's this one.
Is it this block of flats?
I don't think it's this one, I think it's just round the corner here. Nice easy one today.
And this is why I'm not a delivery driver.
Scan that.
I can't wait to see the look of joy on the customer's face as we hand them their parcel.
Give them a buzz.
No one's in, mate, so what do you do now?
I don't believe that they are.
I don't believe it. No one's in. But Alex gives them a call.
Oh, hi there. I've got a parcel for you, but you don't appear to be in at the moment. Is there any way you'd like me to leave it for you? Just pop it on the step. Yeah, not a problem. We'll do that for you now. That's all right. Have a good day. Bye-bye now.
So who is liable if this parcel gets stolen? Well, if the customer has left instructions to leave it in a safe place, in this case the doorstep, then the company probably won't replace it if it goes missing. But if the parcel is put anywhere other than the safe location, and then it gets taken, the company has breached their contract with you and should be liable. But a word of warning. By accepting a company's terms and conditions, you might have agreed for parcels to be left somewhere else, such as with a neighbour. Better hope you get on with them.
Fine, it's a job done.
Right, job done. On to the next one.
I suppose that's one of the problems that multi-point delivery drivers have, is a lot of people aren't in. And even if they're planning on being in, they might be in the loo, the shower, or pop down the road to pick up a newspaper. It must be very frustrating for drivers. And for me, when doors aren't open. Oi, oi!
I can see why we have a newfound respect for delivery drivers in Britain. The explosion in online shopping means they've become key workers.
Any nice customers, any particularly nice ones, make you a cup of tea, give you a slice of cake, anything like that? Or is it just...
Oh, don't really have time to have a cup of tea. You get offered drinks now and again, bottles of water, cans of Coke, you know, all that kind of stuff. People always leave little drawings that their children have done outside to thank all the key workers, so that's really nice.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a nice little touch, isn't it? Makes you feel appreciated.
That's exactly it, yeah, it does make you feel appreciated. It makes you feel like a bit of a hero.
Do you like the job, Alex, in all honesty, or would you rather be doing something else?
I do enjoy this job. It's a very active job. I don't like the idea of sitting down, you know, behind a desk or anything like that. That's not me. I like to be on my feet. I like to be moving and active, and that job offers this.
Even on the road, Big Brother is there to help, because Alex gets all the information he needs from the tablet he carries around with him. Here we go, another chance to meet a happy customer. And another one not at home.
We're going to give the customer a call. Hopefully hopefully we'll get an answer.
Alex really is on a mission to deliver.
So the customer's not available. So
Right.
we'll try this one a little bit later.
How many times will you try them before you give up?
I'll try it twice more.
Okay,
So
and then what happens?
At the end of my route, I'll give it another go. If
Yep.
they don't, I'll try all the other ones. Then I'll come back, try one more time. If they're still not in, I have to return it back to the depot.
And what will happen then, though?
Then we just try it the next day. It just gets put into the next route.
Right, you'll never put a card through and say, come and pick it up from the depot.
No, you can't pick it up from the depot.
Okay,
Or sorting off
you'll just keep going back until someone's in.
That's it.
Wow.
It sounds like a lot of bother to me. I'll think of the poor delivery driver next time I order something online and then go out for the day.
Right, half a chance of someone being in, isn't there?
Stop the ring.
This is my last chance. Please let there be someone in.
Now hopefully, here we go.
Yes.
Hi there, buddy. We've got a parcel there for you.
Lovely, thanks.
Can I ask when you ordered that? How long ago?
It was probably yesterday.
And I know it might sound a bit of a daft question, but do you get excited still about parcel deliveries?
I do. Most of them come from my partner, so she gets about 5 a day, and I
Yeah.
get the occasional one, so yeah.
Yeah, there's something very, very nice and excited about it, isn't there? And do you ever remember to put special instructions on there, like leave it down the side, Ali, or do you forget?
Sometimes I do. If they ask me specifically online, then
Yep.
I do. But
Brilliant.
Most of the time I wouldn't think about it.
Do they ever phone you up and say, you're not in, where shall I leave it?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
A nice little chat from a random number.
That's what my driver here, Alex, is saying. I thought, I didn't believe him for a second, but all right, Alex,
Should do, definitely should do.
I'm giving up on that one. All right, you've got me. You definitely phone up. Brilliant. Thanks ever so much. Enjoy your parcel. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Well, it's been a revelation, but I need to get home ready for the arrival of my glasses. Hopefully they won't turn up late or be more smashed than Humpty Dumpty.
Listen, I'm getting the impression I'm probably holding you up a little bit, so I'm going to say thanks ever so much for showing me the ropes, and
That's
I'm going to make
all
the
right,
move
no
at this
problem.
point.
Thanks for
and say
joining me.
Good luck with everything, and I hope the
Thank you.
sunshine comes out and it stops raining.
It doesn't look like it, but I've got my waterproofs on. We're ready to go.
Good for you, mate. Good for you. Take care, mate. All the best.
I have a newfound respect for everyone involved in getting deliveries to our doors. From Jason and Jesse at the pewter factory fabricating and finishing the personalised glassware,
If you fail, I'm going to give you your phone number. Is that on?
that's on, to Cynthia and Valentine on the receiving end of thousands of products as they enter what has to be the most high-tech stockroom in the world.
Put it on the conveyor belt, yeah?
No.
And then troubleshooter Phil, on hand with his magic vest to rescue any packages from the floor of the robot room.
There might be a rogue one in there having a bad day.
Yeah, you never know.
To Alison, packaging outgoing items to perfection before they head off to the local delivery depots.
No guesswork at all, thankfully. That would make my job very hard.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
And finally, delivery drivers like Alex, who can't rest until the online item you've ordered is left safely at your door.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much. Enjoy your parcel. Cheers. Bye-bye. Well, that was an experience. I'm shattered just trying to keep up. Ah, there they are. Babe, our glasses have arrived. Wait till you see them.